Okay, guys, so we're back, guys and gals, and the commandos and the militants must be wondering, why is it that on the first half of the pod, I actually sound very different from the way I sound now? So I do apologize about the technicality that happened yesterday because, well, I pretty much stopped the pod because my voice was hurting so bad. I really sounded like one of those old Jewish women. It's like, oh, my God, it's like butter, you know? And
God, that is a terrible impression.
I know it's bad, but I think my voice sounded worse actually. So I had to stop the pod, and I said, "Hey, boss. Hey, look. If he acknowledges that this is the mothership, I can acknowledge the fact that yes, he is the boss of the More the Same network." So I said,
like
"Hey,
to
listen."
be called
I said,
ruler and operator.
Why don't we just call you Supreme Leader while we're at it?
That works. That works for me.
Oh, Jesus. Well, there's already one of those nutbags out there, so let's not add another one to this earth. Let's just call you the boss, okay? Actually, I can't even call you that because you don't look as beautiful as Sasha.
How dare you? I look every bit as good as Sasha. What?
Well, the difference between you and Sasha right now is that I would actually make love to Sasha Banks, but you, on the other hand...
I do have bigger boobs.
Oh, God have mercy. Well, that just destroyed my image of Monday Night Raw tonight. Thanks a lot. Great. So what happened was I had to stop the pod, and I just said, look, my voice is shot, and I just need some rest. All I know is that I was staying with my parents I had dinner with them, and then all of a sudden, right afterwards, my mom made me some type of like a tea. And I don't know what in the world it was. Didn't taste all that good. And all I know is that I drank this glass, and I went to bed at 8 o'clock, and nice. I woke up this morning at about 7 o'clock, went to work, and once I got up, I was like, holy crap, my voice is back.
Well, tea, we drink tea more as a... just as a drink, but tea was always meant to be medicinal, not really meant to be drank as social like we do.
Tea is still considered by many, many nations and many different ethnicities around the world as a medicinal, use.
Well, green tea, black tea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my mom did or what she put in it, but man, my voice is back. And I don't sound like I graduated from the Johnny Cash School of Voice.
Got 24 minutes to go.
That is such an underrated song,
Love
man.
that song.
It really is underrated, So, brother, you ready for your favorite segment?
Is it time?
I'm gonna boost your spirits up because it is time for the famous tour. Because somebody's going to become a new victim this week. And you know what the irony of it is? This is a More of the Same network and a Yin and Yang podcast first.
Oh.
Because for the first time, I am actually going to have a victim of Chewed Out that I don't even know who it is.
Really?
Yes.
A mysterious victim of Chewed Out. Hak Tui.
Exactly.
Iran, number one. Oh, sorry.
I still think Sheik did it better than us.
Russia, number one. Iran, number one.
USA, Hak Tui.
Jin Min.
Gene Mean. I used to love that.
So what do we got? What do we got on par this week for Chewed Out?
So let me ask you a question. And just to set up the scenario here. If you played Powerball, and let's say you won the $570 million jackpot, you figure after taxes, you're going to get about $250 million, right?
Probably.
A to the Z.
Yeah, cut 50%.
Okay, so half of that, I would say roughly is around $250 million. A to the Z, what would you do with that money?
Honestly, first thing I would do is pay off all of my debt, everything, credit, school loans, car loan, anything like that. I would set my parents up big time. Let them ride it out into the sunset as they deserve. I would, admittedly, I would probably put some on the side for front row WrestleMania seats in the future. I would back a lot of the. I would upgrade all of our equipment across the more of the same network, and maybe actually do a justice there at Castle Chewzilla as far as creating that ultimate podcast room that gives you the golden vocals of which you deserve.
Thank you.
Of course, that's after the money goes to the retro gamers and the better half.
Whoa. And by the way, I have a little bone to pick with you after this.
Uh-oh.
So don't touch that dial, my friend. Now, we'll get into that in a little bit later. So you're telling me you wouldn't hook me up with any money so I could be financially set? I won't have to work anymore? Can I be a part of the more Taraj?
What are you, my employee? I mean, I'd probably throw you. I would throw you a few bucks.
And Lord knows I am also your best friend.
You are.
So you see, fans, how he does not put his friends over.
No, listen, I'd throw you a few bucks.
A few bucks.
Yeah.
About $5 maybe.
No, I would do. Listen, in all honesty, I would look. I mean,
how much would the champ get? That's what I want to know.
All right. Well, I mean, I'd probably give you like $10,000-15,000.
You just won $250 million, and you're going to throw the two-time USW heavyweight champion $15,000?
Let's do this. First, I have to get rid of my credit debt. So that's about $477,000 right there. Then after that,
and you still have at that point $249 million.
My parents, I'm giving my parents. My parents get a cool mill right then and there.
You cheapskate prick.
What are you talking about, cheapskate?
Okay, fine. So that's $2 million a piece right there. That still leaves you with about $247
$2 million a piece. What are you talking about?
$246 million. Huh?
$2 million a piece.
No, $2 million for both. I'm saying.
No. My parents would get $1 million
a piece. Right. So a piece?
No, my parents would get $1 million for them to share.
Okay, so your mom gets $1 million. What? You cheapskate!
How is that cheap?
Dad, I just want to let you know that I am now going to be officially the better son. Because Lord knows that you know what? Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
I would, like I said, upgrading all of the more of the same equipment.
I don't give a fuck about that. I want my money.
And I would give some I would donate some to my high school, my college. And then with some left over, you'll get about 10, 15, all right, maybe 20, 25,000.
Seriously? That's what you'd leave the champ, $25,000.
Leave the champ? Like what? Am I dying?
No, you would basically just throw $25,000 and say, here, get the hell out of my sight.
Well, I mean, listen,
all right?
It's not my responsibility to. What would you do with the money?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's about time. Well, I'm glad you're trying to inquire. Allow me to extrapolate the information. Allow me to disseminate the information. Let me give you a plethora, a deluge, if you will. Okay? You don't hear that word
Someone's
much nowadays.
Using their word-a-day calendar I got them for Christmas.
Just listen to Jim Cornette on MLWradio.com. Trust me. And you'll hear lots of words. So allow me to extrapolate. Let me just put it this way. First of all, if I won $250 million and I know that the money is in my bank account, I will first become completely antisocial. I will disconnect my phone, change my number, basically change my address, and I would basically set up my parents. All right? And then I will go to my job. And I know we don't talk about this topic, but I will literally throw my uniform on the ground, sign out my paperwork, walk the hell out. Everybody I'm cool with, I'll take care of in some sort of financial manner. And then what do you think would be the next thing I would do? Well, I'm glad that you asked, because the next thing that I would do is I would call you up. So I will basically say to you, you're done. Quit your job right now. And when you do, you'll know why. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. When I do win it, I'm just going to say, Larry, quit your job now. Rippo, quit your job now. Frank, quit your job now. Frank would hold a parade in his job. I know that for a fact. And I'm just going to say, boys, you know what our jobs are now going to be? We are going to build, I will give you $5 million of my money.
Wow.
All right? Not for you. Shut up. I'm not done. I will give you $5 million to build more of the same network. And we are going to do our podcast for a living. Right?
Okay.
I am going to, out of the goodness of my heart, listen very carefully, I am going to give each one of you bozos $5 million.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's very okay.
Yeah, it's not $25,000. It's again, look at my list. $5 million a piece. And I am going to say, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care how you do it. You need more money, come talk to me. All right? Whatever it may be, do what you got to do with it. All right? Because I will take care of the people. I'll take care of Yari, give him $5 million.
Wow.
If I could.
Don't
something
spread
like that.
yourself thin.
Well, I mean, I've calculated all this.
Okay.
And by the time I am done with taking care of the people around me, my family, my friends, and blah, 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 I would have $150 million to live on. Let's just put it that way, okay? And I will open up a martial arts school, state of the art, and do that for the rest of my life till the day I'm dead. And pretty much, hopefully, I won't die until about 90-something years old. And quite frankly, just live my life, man. Now, why are we digressing? Well, sometimes we're digressing, but why are we – what does this have to do with shootout, basically? Well, it has a lot to do with shootout because apparently New Hampshire has a lady who lives – I forgot where in New Hampshire, but she is the sole winner of the $570 million Powerball jackpot last year. And this lady has not cashed out her ticket.
Really?
And she does not want to cash out her ticket. Listen to this. According to this article that I read a few days ago, apparently she did – so New Hampshire has this law where they can actually – you can claim a prize and they will not reveal who you are. However, I think that this is exactly what I read was that if you sign your name on that ticket and you cash it in, by law, they have to announce who you are. And apparently she didn't realize this. And she's afraid that people try to come after her, people try to kidnap family, blah, blah, blah. And, basically her life will not be private anymore. And she is just going to have a public life and everybody's going to chase her down wanting some handout or whatever, okay? Explain this to me. If you just won that, who cares? Who freaking cares? You have $250 million in your pocket. Hire 2 armed security guards for all I give a shit.
We're available.
Yeah, exactly. The anti-USW is available. Well, actually, we may not be available on her employment roster because after what I'm about to say to her,
that's
she
true.
may not want to.
She
may hire you, not me.
She better cash in that ticket soon. I think it's only good for a year.
Well, I don't know, man.
Before it voids out.
You have what human being on this planet will not cash out a $570 million jackpot?
That's insanity.
Are you stupid? Then if you knew this is what's going to happen to you, why the fuck did you play the game? Why did you buy the ticket? Why are you wasting people's time? If you really, really wanted to be private about it, then basically just take a few $1 million, put it into your bank account so you live comfortably for the rest of your life, and then donate it the rest. And then you won't have any more money. And by the way, ma'am, if you would like to donate to the More of the Same network, just find us at More365. Thank you very much. Right.
Always plugging away the show. What a good man. What a good pitch man this man is. No, that's insane.
How stupid. Then don't fucking play the game. Don't buy the ticket. Don't waste people's time. And at the same time, let's be very honest with you. All you have to do is hire 2 or 3 armed security guards. Look, politicians and presidents have armed security, right? Just hire some armed security. If you're that worried, listen, nobody knows who you are. And even if they know who your name is, yes, you've heard about these things where people try to kidnap other people for ransom. But listen, they don't change your name then. Move somewhere else. Move out of your state or whatever the hell. You have the ability to basically move around and do what you want. They're not going to find you. And if you have armed security and they're professional, they won't touch you. They won't get near you. You have a $570 million ticket and you don't want to cash it out. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I'm just hating whoever this person is. And by the way, her name is now Jane Doe, according to the state of New Hampshire, because they still don't know who she is and she hasn't come forward. So you know what? As a historical first for the Yin and the Yang, for my commandos, for your militants, I have a question.
Oh.
And do you know what that question is? Huh?
Jane Doe? No.
Do you know what happens when you have that much money in your pocket, in your hand, and you don't want it? Do you know how many people would kill for it? Do you know how many people would cash that ticket in? But you, how stupid you can be not to cash that in. For that, Jane Doe?
Uh-oh.
You've just been chewed out.
Oh, that is the most expensive chewed out we've ever had here live on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it here. That was a $570 million chewed out right here, right now, live on the More of the Same network, live on the Mothership Yin and the Yang podcast.
Wow, I think Larry just channeled his inner Jim Ross. Because every time Jim Ross loses his voice, you know the commentary's good.
Oh, absolutely.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So, brother, I just don't get it. Then why do you have the ticket? Give it to somebody else. Give it to like a family member or something like that. Or give it to, I don't know, if you have a husband or a boyfriend or a fiance or whatever.
Not. She's got to be single. Because if she had a significant other in her life, that person would have already cashed in the ticket.
Exactly. Yeah. Or you know what? Auction it off to somebody. I don't know. I don't give a shit. But how stupid can you be, man? That money will change your life. And if you know how to use it, and you don't put yourself out there, you should be able to live pretty damn well off. That's more than $500 million in your pocket.
Some people just do what they do, you know?
Dumb as dirt, man. So.
Wild stuff. Wow.
Absolutely wild, man. So now, here's the thing, right? Now, I got to know. And we haven't done this in a while, and I need to do this. And we had talked about inspiration a couple of times, and somebody had asked me what or who inspires you.
You're the meaning in my life. You're my inspiration. You bring tears to my life. You're my inspiration. Buddy, can you hear me? Can you hear me sing and say it? That's all I know. And those weren't even the right words.
I got to be honest with you. Your voice is getting a little bit better.
This is the only show I'm allowed to sing on.
Either I'm stupid enough that I'm so numb to the fact that you sing on this show now, or I just don't know a good quality voice when I see one or hear one. And...
we got to get the Yin and the Yang live in karaoke.
Oh, God, if you start singing, man, on a live pod. And by the way, now, you know what? Now's a good opportunity to segue into my bone that I'm picking with here. Explain something to me.
You're a happy member of the More of the Same network. What could this possibly be?
Okay, I want to know something, and the people want to know something here, whether you're a militant or a commando. They want to know, retro gamers, they get merchandise, right?
Oh, we're trying.
Pro Slam World. Notaro gets the biggest contract in the history of the More of the Same network. Better Half gets 2 live programs. Why is it, and explain to the people, why is it that the Yin and the Yang is the record-breaking, trend-setting, groundbreaking program, and yet we've got nothing?
We are working on it.
Oh, we're working on it. We're working on it. Oh, really?
I may be spreading myself very thin between these shows, but we're working on it. We're getting there. We got to get the logo. We got to get that passed, and then we can start spreading our wings to fly.
Well, we are feeling hurt here. God damn it!
Don't feel hurt. Don't worry. Listen, retro gamers, they're really not making too much of a penny. We only sold a few mugs. Nothing major. By the way, have you bought anything to help with the retro gamers? Where's your mug?
Absolutely not. My mug. You're looking at my mug right now, and the pleasure is all yours.
I can't believe you would not support your pod brotherhood and not get at least a mug, maybe some leggings.
What is my... Okay, first of all, we know Frank doesn't listen to my show. We know that Rippo certainly does not listen to my show.
Rippo doesn't listen to the Retro Gamer.
You listen to my show because you're forced to listen to my show, because your technical team advises you on the editing and they have to give you they have to submit their for your approval. So you're forced to listen to it. Now, if you didn't have to do any of that, would you listen to the show?
Yes.
You lie like a rug.
Well, first of all, you're my friend, so I would listen to your stuff.
Oh, I'm a $20,000 friend, aren't I? $25,000 friend, aren't I?
Wow, you're gonna take that to the grave, aren't you?
$25,000 versus $5 million. That shows me how much friendship we have here. What are you gonna Kevin? You're gonna Kevin Owens me again?
$25,000 is a lot of money. But I would listen to your show,
Larry. I could walk into a Subaru dealership and spend $25,000 on a car.
Yeah, but
that would be gone in an instant.
You want to buy American?
No, I like my Subaru. Sorry. Now, what is going on in the More of the Same network? You see, I shouldn't even be plugging these shows now because I'm upset that we are the redheaded stepchild of this show. We've gotten absolutely nothing, no incentives. I bust my ass week in and week out. All the fans know it. All those emails are basically giving me comments and telling me exactly what they feel, and people feel that we're being cheated. You know that, right?
The Yin and the Yang merch, the Yin and the Yang podcast will be taking off very soon, sooner than people expect.
Ay. Okay, well.
Trust me.
Explain to us. Yeah, thanks, Jake. So exactly, and please explain to everybody what's happening on the other shows.
You said, don't.
Please.
Put a little bass in your voice.
That was for the first half of the program. I already did that.
Well, this week on the Retro Gamers, we talk about the 19th anniversary of Mario Party. We talk about, we actually have a retro, we don't know if it's a retro reject or a retro spotlight, but we talk about Postal 2, a very controversial game. And we even talk a little bit about ASMR. And ASMR videos that you can find on YouTube that are very relaxing, very peaceful, unlike this show sometimes. Kind of, lull you to sleep, some of which was game-related. So we talk about that. And with the better half, I'm going to be honest with you, that records tomorrow, so I don't know what we're going to be talking about. We won't be live, though.
Are you going to accept callers?
No, we've kind of done away with that for a little while.
Oh,
But
I want to call in.
next time we're live, we're going to try and do something.
Fine.
Lately, being live is about every other week. Oh, and, well, one more thing's happening, but we'll talk about it at the end of the show.
Yes, that's right. Are you talking about this show and the other shows or what?
Your show, this show. We're doing this show.
Wow. That's the first amount of passion I've ever seen you put since the XFL.
The first go-around or the second go-around?
Second go-around.
Oh, okay.
That was damn good, though. So I'm glad, yes, you can hear this all on the More of the Same Network. Where do they find you, Larry?
You can find me everywhere, all social media at More365, MOHR365.
There you go. So here's what's interesting. I was talking about inspiration, right? What inspires me and all that other stuff. I would say to you that I think that what inspires me the most is people who can actually defy the odds. Like, I find that very unique. When I see, I don't know, an athlete change the course of a game, when I see somebody who is at the depths of their lowest and changes themselves, like a great example, one of the best, most inspiring ones that I've seen was the disabled veteran Arthur Borman, who basically was about in his worst shape, and they said that he couldn't walk without assisted canes and braces. And a year later, he drops 140 pounds, and in this video, he starts running. So if you type in like DDP Yoga Arthur Borman or Arthur, holy smokes, it's just like, that is inspiring. When you have people who can move a crowd, and be the best at what they do, kind of like Larry with his network, that's inspiring. You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I do. I mean that.
Okay. All right. Because Lord knows I would not be able to work any of that equipment back there. I would have my technical team only tells me about the creative side. They don't really tell me about the technical side of stuff.
All you need to do is create magic.
Nice. Very nice. I'm humbled to hear that. And I try to do that each and every week right here on the Yin and the Yang, your show, ladies and gentlemen, the show of the people. So, Larry, what inspires you?
Just my inspiration is just, well, as we talked about earlier in the episode, who knows what inspires me, because usually I have a little trouble with getting inspired. But I just knowing that I'm doing something that I enjoy with these podcasts, that I'm working with three of my best friends, truly, honestly, all kayfabe aside, my inspiration is what the future holds for these podcasts and what we all can do with them. Getting out there, getting our voices heard, whether it's for comedy, whether it's for inspiration, no pun intended, whether it's for knowledge. I look forward to doing this for a very long time. And if it becomes a career, that'd be amazing. But in the meantime, just having some fun, getting our voices out on the airwaves, and letting people know maybe some things that they never knew about, or they never thought about, or different aspects of things in their lives. So my inspiration is you guys, really.
Cool. That sounds awesome, man.
Yep.
So I hope that answers the question for a fan that listens to this show named Lloyd. Lloyd, I hope that you're listening to that, and I wanted to give you a shout out. So that's a really awesome question from the fan of the week.
Oh,
shall we say? Yeah, fan of the week. Lloyd basically sent us a really good email I got to show you sometime that really complimented the job that we did. And by the way, speaking of shout outs, let me right now take out the time to give a massive shout out to Josh Berkey. All right,
okay.
From Victims and Villains, because he actually gave us a shout out on Facebook about we are one of several podcasts that he mentions that people should watch, which it was very, very honored, because Josh is doing a great thing out there for everybody. So I really, really appreciate it. Josh, if you're listening to this, thank you so much. We're very humbled here. I even wrote something back on Facebook, so I'm hoping the viewership will go up. And hell, if you're listening to this, tell your friend and have them two sons of bitches tell your friends, their friends, your friends, more friends. God damn it! We just want the viewership up. We want to let the cult, we want to basically let our following grow bigger and bigger and bigger. But we will always give you guys the respect and the props and the attention that you guys deserve. Now, if you want, and this is an even better segue, if you want to catch your boys out and about, yes, we are announcing dates for the Just When We Thought We Were Out, They Pull Us Back In tour of 2018. So we're done with Monday Night Raw that occurred on January 22nd. We are onward towards new dates. And these new dates are up and coming. So one of the dates that Larry, you have some dates to drop?
Yeah, actually, this coming Saturday is from the Aviator Sports and Event Center.
That's right, it's coming.
In Brooklyn. Floyd Bennett Field, the Aviators Retro Gaming Tournament and Expo. Saturday, February 17th from 11 to 5. And your boys from the Retro Gamers will be there, and will be there live. Actually, I'll be there, and I will have, unfortunately, Anthony can't make it. So Frank Messina, the co-host of The Better Half, will be joining me as we live stream, live podcast. We'll have a table set up, and we'll have a TV there. We'll have some game systems there so you can play, just have some fun, try out some games you bought. More importantly, though, you can find the link on Facebook at the Retro Gamers page, facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast. And if you purchase tickets to Aviator's event through Eventbrite, use the code RetroGamersPod to save 20% off adult and tournament admission tickets. And speaking of tournaments, there will be 6 tournaments. There will be NBA Jam, MLB Slugfest, NHL 94, NFL Blitz, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and WWF No Mercy.
Ooh, what a crazy, awesome lineup.
So come check it out.
All right. I'm going to add a few dates to the table here. I'm trying my absolute best to convince Larry to come to this one Comic-Con called the New Jersey Horror Con.
You know what? I looked at it today for the first time. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right.
It looks interesting.
It is the New Jersey Horror Con and Film Festival. It's March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I'm probably going to do March 4th, which is a Sunday. Maybe I'll do March 3rd if I can finagle my way, if you know what I mean, by calling out. It's in the Renaissance Woodbridge Hotel. It's in Eastland, New Jersey, right? And listen to the guest list here. This is crazy. And
for those
for all of you who are fans of horror, sci-fi, even rock, the one guest that they are kind of billing as the guy or the celebrity is Peter Criss, who was one of the original co-founders of Kiss. He'll be there signing autographs. Danielle Harris from the Halloween movies. Adam Green, who was in Hatchet. I've never even heard of this. Derek Mears. I don't know where the hell he's from. I think he's from Friday the 13th. Andrew Divoff. I don't even know who that is, but he was from Wishmaster. Tammy Lauren, who was in Martial Law and Wishmaster Home Improvement. R.A. Mihailoff. He was in the Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this is somebody I want to meet. I want to meet Kate Hodge. Kate Hodge was in Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee, so I got to meet her.
That's why. Okay.
And ask her what was it like working with Brandon. She's still freaking hot. And she was also in Leatherface, and she was also, I think, in American Werewolf in London.
Really?
I believe so. Let's see here. Jeff Burr, who was the director of Stepfather 2, Pumpkinhead, Leatherface, Tawny Kitane. She was in Witchboard.
Tawny Kitane. You don't know Tawny Kitane? She's going to be there?
Yeah.
Gosh, she did all those Like those
she was
80s,
in Married with Children.
and she was in a ton of music videos back in the day.
Yeah,
with all
White
the 80s
Snake.
hair band. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was gonna be there.
Okay. Does that convince you to come with me?
Look, it's I can go to all 3 shows actually.
Lynn Lowry, who was in the movie The Crazies. PJ Souls, who was in the original Devil's Rejects, Halloween, Carrie, Rock and Roll High School.
rock and roll high school.
High school. Well, I don't care about history.
Rock and roll high school.
That's just not where I want to be.
Rock and roll high school.
I just want to get some chicks. I get some kicks. Rock and roll high school. Let's stop. Okay. I'm fucking it up.
Terrible together.
James DeBello, who was in Cabin Fever, Scary Movie 2. Rachel True. Do you remember the movie The Craft back in the day? Rachel True.
Yeah.
She, the African American girl. She's in it. She's there. Tiffany Shepis. Let's see. David Naughton. Alex Vincent, who did the Chucky movies. Amy Locane. I forgot where she was from. Keith Coogan. Amanda Bierce, your girl.
Darcy.
Yep. John Duggan. Terry
I'm sorry.
Terry McMinn. She was in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this is another person I want to meet, even though I don't really want to meet her, but because she was a part of The Crow, I wanted to ask her. Her name is Rochelle Davis. She was the one who played the little girl Shelley. And I wanted to ask her what it was like working with Brandon Lee. She's also beautiful now. Good God. John Russo, who was in the original Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, wow.
Joyce Heiser, Tony Hudson, Ken Kelly, Len DeLessio, Father Evil, I don't even know who that is, and a bunch of cosplayers. So I really, really want to check out this Horror Fest. It looks pretty awesome. There's another date, ladies and gentlemen, if I may, or if you will. It's obviously Chiller Theater. So Chiller Theater is always something that we've always gone to. Larry knows that it's on April 27th, 28th, and 29th at Parsippany, New Jersey. Was it Crown Hotel? Crown Plaza?
I think Sheridan? No, it used to be
Hilton Parsippany. That's right. So we're gonna go to that. And then we have one other date to pull at you, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, a couple more dates. One of them is going to be Legends of the Ring. Now, the Legends of the Ring is in the Ramada Hotel, which formerly is the Crown Plaza Hotel. It's going to be on June 9th. That's a year to the date I met my man, Jim Cornette.
Really?
And then gave me, yep, that's right, the inspiration to start the Yin and the Yang. And I hope that he's there again because then he can stay over my house. We can kick it, talk wrestling, and then hopefully I can get him to do this podcast. You see? Can you imagine if Jim Cornette did this podcast, even if it was for 10 minutes? Do you know what our viewership will become?
It would definitely skyrocket. It would skyrocket.
Exactly.
So far there's only one guest signed up so far for Legends of the Ring.
And it's still D'Lo Brown. Nobody. Well, you don't see Oscar from Men on a Mission trying to sign up for this shit, do you?
No, he was there last time, right?
Yep. He had. For those of you who don't know who Oscar is from Men on a Mission, if you watched WWF wrestling in the 1990s, he's the guy who did the rap. He was supposedly the quote-unquote manager, right? That goes, we're men on a mission. We're men on a mission and we're in the house. So he's the guy who does the rap for Mo and Mabel, right? He raps for himself. So he's the guy who does it. And pretty much when we met him, he had no autographs, pictures. He had no T-shirts. He had no merch. He had a cardboard. He looked like cardboard off like a box.
Did, yeah.
And just wrote Oscar from MOM. We don't even know. Says mother. This one little kid goes, "Hey, Dad," says to his father, "Hey, Dad, who's mom? And he's like, what do you mean, who's mom? Your mother. He goes, no. That guy has a sign that says Oscar from MOM. And his father just laughed and didn't just walk right past poor Oscar. Is he the new Virgil now of conventions?
Oh, man, I hope not.
Have you ever met Virgil?
I have, yes. And he was a little bit of a jerk.
Oh, God. What was that like?
He had his feet propped up on the table, downing a bag of popcorn I'm sure he got for free from the popcorn vendor. And really just didn't pay attention to anyone. He saw me walking up to him with a 20, finally perked up, took the little card I had, signed it, and then like a stalemate, I waited to take the card. Like I was going to take the card, he was going to take my 20 at the same time. That's what it was almost like a deal transaction. And as soon as he got paid, he stopped talking to me.
Wow. Oh, one of my technical guys in the back wants to play something. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know what he wants to play.
The World Wrestling Federation, for over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment. Are you ready? Here we go.
Mission.
Here we go. Do it like this. You got to all know. Oscar, Mabel, and Mo. You're in the house. We're ready. So, men on a mission over here. Do it like this. I'm a mission. You better have fear. Do it like this. We got your ignition. Who's in the house? It's men on a mission. Men on a mission. Men on a mission. In the house. Men on a mission. Show you what it's all.
But that was before they started doing the whoop. There it is.
Yeah, exactly. So,
do you remember
that's who Oscar is.
Survivor Series 1995 when it was Clowns R Us?
That's right, yes.
And it ended up being Doink Mo, Doink Mabel, Doink Butch, and Doink Luke.
Right.
And
exactly.
Doink Oscar, he ran out of air while rapping.
Wow. Well,
that was before we got King Mabel and Sir Mo.
Exactly. Shut the hell up when I'm rapping. That was the best. He used to come out and be like, M to the A to the shut the hell up when I'm rapping. Now, you know what's funny? Rippo used to always call them Blimp, Shrimp, and the Dead Guy. Because after they turned on Oscar, they killed him.
They did turn on Oscar, yeah. Maybe Oscar should go next into the Hall of Fame.
Wow. We already have Johnny Rods in there.
Oh, man.
So, and Coco Beware, so why not?
Bird, 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 do the bird, bird, bird.
Oh, boy. That is probably going to be the next theme we're going to play. But anyway, so those are going to be the dates for now. And we just wanted to sign off because I think that Larry and I have depleted the resources completely. And my voice is back. We want to keep it that way. And anything to say before we go there?
No. This was a good episode. This was a cathartic episode. Think it's going to do well. And I'm set and good to go. All
right. Well, then, on behalf of my co-host and ladies and gentlemen, catch us and catch your boys on every Friday. We're going to drop the new Yin and Yang episodes every Friday. And yes, our announcement before we go.
Oh,
so we have an announcement, and this is something that we want as part of feedback. I want to see how you all think or what you all think of this and what the feedback's going to be. So a lot of you have been asking, would we ever get bonus clips? Would we ever get the Kung Fu drive-through, if you will? A lot of people have been asking. So hey, we've been putting our minds together, and the technical team and Larry's technical team and I, we've put our minds together, and we thought about a topic, launching a topic about 15 to 20-minute segments. And what we want to do is there's a few ways that we could do this. One, we can actually do fan questions, like a fan question of the week. We can do a particular subject that we could shoot on. Maybe we'll go off on somebody. We may even be thinking about breaking that barrier of the rules that we have, which is religion, politics, and work.
Wow.
We don't know right now on where we want it to go, but we need your help when we need your feedback, because obviously we're not going to do something that we like and then you guys hate. And we're not going to do something that you guys like, but we're not comfortable with. So we want everybody to agree. The more feedback we get, you can hit us up on Yin and Yang Podcast at gmail.com. Once again, that is Yin and Yang Podcast at gmail.com. And when you do hit us up on that email, let us know what the subject head is of what you want to talk about. And then just go ahead, do the typing, and let us know what you think. So we'd really appreciate it. We're thinking about spearheading this after we look at the feedback for about 2-3 weeks maybe. Then we'll make our decision. So I guess that's it. And on behalf of my co-host, I just want to thank you guys for listening. Once again, you guys and gals out there, please take care of yourselves. Work out, eat right, take care of your temple, for your body is your temple. And until we talk again, you can't teach that. Tally ho. Peace.
You're the best around. Nothing's going